Namaskar. As told earlier, in this session, we shall learn about the diet with dietetic schedule. In fact, diet is the most important, crucial topic in the whole discussion of physical health because that is the nutrition to body as well as mind. But unfortunately, we don't pay that attention to that. Neither we follow the principles of prescribed dietetic schedule. What is the reason? Because we all are the slaves of our own desires. Rather than listening to our body and fulfilling its needs, we tend to cater our taste buds and tongue. This is pragnaparad, what I had talked earlier. Knowingly, we commit mistakes. So, the vicious cycle of diseases has to be established. Let's come to the point. When should we eat?
When we are hungry.
True, absolutely correct. We have to supply the fuel when there is proper gastric fire.
But ma'am, sometimes it happens is that we had something before 1 or 2 hours, and again we feel that we want to have something. So is that true hunger?
No. Even you also must be feeling that I am not so hungry. So in this, I can find two faults. One is why to eat every hour. It's not prescribed. Secondly, when you know this is my particular time of eating, so you have to understand that before 1 hour, if I take something, I won't have proper appetite at that time. So when proper appetite is there, we have to eat. But also, it doesn't mean that today, if I am hungry at 12 o'clock, I have to eat at that time. And tomorrow, if I am busy with some work, so I skip my time and I will eat at 2 o'clock, day after at 3 o'clock. It won't do. Usually, we feel hungry at particular time only, unless there is some extraordinary event. But we again don't pay that attention to our hunger also, and so we skip the time because according to us other things are more important than the eating. So regularity is also very important along with this. For that, I would like to share one small story with you which I had heard when I was a young girl. In a small village there was only one doctor, and naturally he was treating everybody. Once he came to know that only one person never contacts me, and that was the sarpanch of that village. So he was curious, why doesn't he come to me, or whether he is going somewhere else in the nearby place. On inquiry, he came to know that he never needs any doctor because he doesn't fall sick. Then he was more curious. What is the secret of his health? He contacted his cook and he asked, what does he eat regularly? Then again he found nothing special. But the cook quoted one sentence. Okay, my boss is very punctual about his timings of meals. He comes fixed at 11 o'clock. So I cannot skip that time. So doctor bribed him and asked him to request to wait for 10 minutes. He did so next day. When the sarpanch came, he asked for the food. He apologized. He requested in many words, "Okay, sir, everything is ready except for chapatis. So within 5-10 minutes, I will be able to serve you." Can you imagine what did he do? He never waited for a single minute, and he asked the cook, instead of 4 chapatis, give me 4 pieces of dough, because dough was prepared. He ate them up and went to the work. When doctor came again, he was shocked to listen because he had never come across such a person. And then he told, now this chap will never come to me. Because due to his regularity, his fire was so nice that he could digest even raw dough. So this is the importance of regularity.
Just now we have discussed about regularity, but if we are not hungry at that time, then what should we do?
Yeah, because as I told, as per the fire, we have to supply the fuel. But if we are not fully hungry, so rather than skipping the time or changing the time, we have to supply the fuel according to the fire, means little quantity and easily digestible quality of food should be supplied.
So means you should take a meal at that time only.
Yeah, at particular time only. Even our timings for lunch and dinner should be according to the solar cycle. That means as the sun rises and reaches the zenith, it is approximately around 12. So our lunch also should be at that time. It's very commonly said, Yat Pinde Tat Brahmande. So whatever happens in the body, whatever is there in the body is exactly there in the universe. So the sun, the heat, the enzymes of digestion, they are all similar. And at the time of sunset, our digestive enzymes also would diminish gradually. And then after sunset, earliest possible, we should have our dinner.
Ma'am, can we eat as many number of times between the sunrise and sunset?
No, absolutely not.
But ma'am, dietitians are preferring frequent meals between the sunrise and sunset. So is it true?
No. For this, I won't answer, but I will quote the answer from the Rishis. Maharshi Sushruta, father of surgery, he was asked by his disciples, how many times should we eat per day, Gurudev? So he replied, once a day. They were all little upset because they found it very insufficient. Then some of them approached to Charak Rishi, the father of medicine. Same question was put before him and he replied twice a day. So everybody was satisfied, came back immediately without visiting the third person. So since then, twice a day is very famous. And even now in the society, under the name of so many different names, intermittent fasting, long fasting, so many varieties might be there. But the principle is that. Let me explain this with one analogy. If we have to cook rice out of pressure cooker, then we have to put boiling water and add grains at a time, and then it would be cooked after some particular time. Instead of that, if we go on adding some quantity after every 2-3 minutes, then how will the final product be?
Every-
half
Yeah.
cooked or overcooked.
Some part of the mixture will be overcooked and some part of the mixture will be
In
half.
short, it won't be proper. We won't be able to eat it.
Correct.
This is how our digestive system also works. So I would advise you not to have anything within 3 to 4 hours after any meal. That is minimum.
Okay.
So can you consume water after the meals?
Water can be consumed after an hour of the meals,
After an hour?
not before that, because otherwise it would dilute the secretion of the enzymes.
And what about prior the meals?
Prior the meals also, at least 15 to 30 minutes gap should be there.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have a question. As you said, we should have only 2 meals a day. Then how much should we eat?
For that, there cannot be one particular answer because it's highly individual. As per the Prakriti, as per the constitution of the person, it varies. Still, the main principle is one should never eat up to the heart content. Means, after meals, we should never fill heavy in the stomach, nor we should have any discomfort or idle feeling even in the mind after meals.
Or sometimes
But-
you feel sleepy after having.
Meals.
That is the indicator that we have eaten extra. So, at the end of the meal, we shall feel a small burp along with the sense of freshness, sense of satiation. So, even these are very important, but some scholars, some learned people, they have asked to imagine the 4 parts of the stomach, out of which 2 parts should be filled with solid food, 1 with the liquid, and 1 should be kept empty for proper churning, because churning is also very important part of the digestion, so that the enzymes also can mix well. Even this proportion of 2 part solid and 1 part liquid can be ensured by having warm water in between the meal. One can have even buttermilk instead of warm water.
Okay.
But as I told earlier, at the end of the meal, just after the meals, no water should be taken up to 1 hour. Even there, buttermilk can be the exception, but still it would have been better if it is taken at the middle of the meals.
Okay.
There are some other do's and don'ts also for the dietetic regimen. Our mind should be at peace, calm and quiet when we eat.
Okay.
It should be in pleasant mood.
Ma'am, can we eat our meals while watching television?
Watching television is an amusement, not the pleasant mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And we need a pleasant mind along with the calm and quietness, which would not be there with TV. Watching TV, attending phone calls during the meals, all these things would hamper the digestion in other way also. When we are resting, all our body parts, they get proper blood circulation. When they work extra, they will need extra blood flow, which is supplied by the father heart. But if 2 organs are working at a time, then it will be divided between the 2.
Right.
So when we are eating, our digestive system will get extra blood because it requires for the proper enzymal secretion. At the same time, if we are watching TV or we are busy thinking something, so our mind will also demand extra flow. The cut would be on digestive system only. So this is how, in a long run, it also affects the digestion badly. Nowadays, majority of the mothers, they have a wrong practice of putting on the TV, Cartoon Network particularly, while feeding the child.
Yeah.
So in that, child doesn't know how much he has eaten. So mother is very happy that he could eat little more.
Correct.
But that extra food will cause decay, indigestion in his stomach, and then the cough, cold, even worms, indigestion and diarrhea, all these small problems will arise out of them only, which can lead to major illnesses sometimes. Even in this situation, neither the child nor we can chew properly when we are busy with something else.
Correct.
And chewing is the most important part of digestion, because ultimately what is digestion? Digestion is breaking the food particles into smaller and smallest possible molecule-like particles of the food. So, chewing can definitely decrease the amount of intake of our food. And for that, I can quote you one good incident written by the freedom fighter himself in his autobiography. That person had joined the Sabarmati ashram, and at the first meal, he could eat around 64 to 65 chapatis. And that was his routine.
Okay.
But he is writing that in the subsequent meal, means in the evening dinner, he couldn't eat more than 31 to 32 chapatis. So what was the reason? He writes that that was the first time in his life that he had chewed the food properly, because that day Bapu had declared to do so to each and every person.
Okay.
So now understand the importance of chewing, particularly if we want to have dieting or reduce our extra fat. It is of great importance.
So is it right to say that the better the chewing, the lesser will be the intake of the energy for the digestion of the food?
Not only the energy, when we are eating properly, chewing properly, it is digested well, so it will be absorbed well into the body,
Okay.
and then the body will get proper nutrition out of it.
Okay.
So wastage would not be there.
Okay.
Majority of our food is getting wasted when we don't chew properly.
Okay.
Our discussion of dietetic regimen would be only complete if we learn about postprandial exercise,
Okay.
which includes Padachari, Vajrasan and Vamkokshi subsequently. Padachari is a gentle walking, scrolling after the meals. Here also we have to be very careful, because some people, they walk just after meals, not only walk but have brisk walking, which is also against the health.
Okay.
Instead of that, for 5 to 10 minutes, maximum 10 minutes, one should have this scrolling. It should be followed by Vajrasan, the kneeling down position. That is also for the proper position of the stomach. The last one is the Vamkokshi, lying down on left side.
That's all.
Up to now, we have discussed all the points of dietetic regimen. Now, in the next episode, we shall start with quality of food.